A father's silence is not emptiness. It is a vessel, heavy with unspoken battles and a profound, often invisible weight of enduring pain. He does not speak of it, not out of neglect, but out of a desperate primal need to shield the future he built for you. The world he navigates is a crucible, forging strength through hardship, a strength he then attempts to graft onto your own unfolding path. He absorbs the blows that would shatter you, the disappointments that would break your spirit, the losses that would extinguish your nascent hope. This is the stoic contract of fatherhood, to stand between the storm and the sapling, to bear the brunt, and to offer only the calm eye of the hurricane to his progeny. This burden manifests not in roaring pronouncements, but in quiet sacrifices. It's the late nights working, the dreams deferred, the opportunities passed over, all measured against the metric of your potential. It is the quiet swallowing of pride when faced with an insurmountable challenge, the internal calculus of survival that prioritizes your well-being above his own peace. He learns to compartmentalize, to build internal walls, because to show the cracks would be to invite the very vulnerability he seeks to protect you from. This is not deception. It is a grim form of love, born from the stark realization that the world offers no quarter, and he must be the shield. Consider the soldier returning from a war his son will never know. He carries the ghosts of fallen comrades, the echoes of screams, the gnawing guilt of survival. Yet to his child he offers only tales of camaraderie and lessons of courage, never the visceral horror that reshaped his soul. This is the father's inheritance, a legacy of resilience passed down not through explicit instruction on suffering, but through the sheer, unyielding act of his own enduring presence. He teaches by absorbing, by standing firm, by becoming the rock upon which the waves of life break rather than upon you. Why does this silent suffering persist across generations? Is it a learned behavior, a societal expectation, or a fundamental aspect of the masculine psyche? This is a question many sons fail to ask, content in the illusion of their father's invincibility. They see the provider, the protector, the authority figure, but rarely the man wrestling with his own mortality, his own regrets, his own profound loneliness in the face of life's relentless demands. The Stoic philosophy, often attributed to emperors and generals, finds one of its purest expressions in the quiet stoicism of the everyday father. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote in his Meditations, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. A father lives this truth not by grand pronouncements, but by quiet, relentless action. He doesn't lecture on perseverance. He demonstrates it by carrying on day after day, even when the weight feels unbearable. He faces the economic downturn, the personal health scare, the existential dread, and then he turns to his son with a steady gaze and a reassuring word, his own internal turmoil masked by an iron will. He understands that the true test of a man lies not in the absence of hardship, but in the dignity with which he confronts it, especially when he chooses to do so alone. The son, in his youthful naivety, often mistakes this stoicism for detachment, or worse, indifference. He may perceive his father's emotional reserve as a lack of connection, failing to grasp that beneath the calm exterior lies a deep well of protective love. This is the paradox. The father's greatest act of love is often perceived as his greatest distance. He builds a fortress, but the stones he uses are his own suppressed fears and anxieties. He presents a solid facade to the world, a bulwark against the chaos, but the interior of that fortress can be a lonely place, where the echoes of his own unhealed wounds reverberate. This silent inheritance can create a chasm of understanding between father and son. The son, never having been initiated into the true cost of his father's protection, may lack the framework to appreciate its depth. He might even resent the perceived stoicism, mistaking it for a lack of emotional support. Yet, when the son eventually faces his own trials, he will, unconsciously perhaps, draw upon the silent strength modeled by his father. He will find himself embodying the same quiet endurance, the same capacity for stoic resolve, even if he cannot articulate its origin. The seeds of resilience are sown not in words, but in the quiet, enduring example of a father who chose to carry his pain alone. Think of the grand architect meticulously planning a city he will never fully inhabit. His blueprints are filled with the knowledge of structural integrity, of materials that will withstand the test of time, of passages designed for future generations. His sweat and toil are poured into foundations that will bear the weight of centuries, long after his own bones have turned to dust. His reward is not in basking in the finished glory, but in the silent knowledge that his labor will endure, that his son and his son will walk streets he envisioned. This is the father's silent pride, a testament to a love that transcends his own finite existence. What are the true costs of this silent sacrifice? Are fathers destined to be the stoic guardians, forever absorbing the world's cruelty without recourse? The answer lies not in overturning this natural order, but in fostering a deeper understanding. A son who recognizes the depth of his father's unspoken pain can begin to bridge the gap. This acknowledgement is not a demand for confession, but an offering of empathy. A quiet recognition that the foundation of his own strength was built on a bedrock of his father's silent suffering. The healing, then, is not always in spoken words, but in the son's growing capacity to bear his own burdens with the same stoic grace. It is in the son's willingness to understand that his father's silence was a shield, not a rejection. It is in the son's own journey toward mastery, where he may finally glimpse the true magnitude of the unseen battles waged to ensure his path. The cycle continues, not as a burden, but as a testament to the enduring, silent strength of fatherhood. He shows his son how to stand, not by speaking of the storms, but by enduring them. This profound act of paternal sacrifice is the silent engine of progress, the unacknowledged heroism that underpins so much of human endeavor. It is the father's quiet strength, a force unseen, unheralded, but utterly indispensable. He teaches his son the true meaning of resilience, not through lectures, but through his own unyielding spirit. He ensures the legacy not by boasting of his achievements, but by quietly shouldering the weight of his existence, so that his son might stand taller and see further. The unspoken pain is his to carry, a testament to a love that speaks through action, not words. He is the silent architect of his son's world, his suffering the mortar that binds the future. He builds the future by enduring the present, his silence a testament to a strength that runs deeper than any spoken word. He prepares his son for the world not by sheltering him from its harshness, but by enduring its harshest aspects himself, his pain a silent lesson in resilience. He taught you strength not with words, but with the silent weight he carried. He built your world with dreams deferred, his own solace found in your unfolding. The greatest lessons were not spoken but endured. The legacy is etched not in stone, but in the stoic silence of a father's heart.